Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. It's time to start another podcast of excellence, or at least, my podcast. The live stream. This is a live stream, right? Yes, live stream. Live stream number 154. Man, have I really been doing this for 154 times? I'm saying that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of me going up here, and not every single one of them was live, but Uh, Corey pointing out something important. I'm surprised I could even say it. No, I'm joking. I've actually got fairly decent eyes, but is what it is. Like, since I paid so much for these damn things, you figure I might as well use them. Also, excuse me, I'm a little wet. I just got out of the shower. That's right. So anyway, yeah, little wet. So anyway, oh man, Slick Willie. Hey, what's up, Derek? Slick Willie. No, man, right now it's Eminem today. Oh, I should do a Will Smith thing, right? One of these days I should do a Will Smith. I always like to do a little thing right here. Saying a little something stupid like "Wicked chicka chick." My name is. Oh man. Oh wow. Oh shoot. Hey, nice right there. Bang. Mark, that's awesome. You know what? Maybe I'll go and check that episode out if it's on streaming and whatnot. He said that he was going to be in it. I'm glad that Trevor was in it also. I don't remember if Tony said that Trevor was going to be in it or not. That's awesome though, man. It's not like some little Easter egg kind of thing. It's like actual hey. So that's it. All right, I'm going to check that out. That was what, the season finale? Are you saying it's total finale? Like that's it? That's the end of the show? Huh. Oh well. It is what it is. Slick Willie is usually what do you call a reference to Bill Clinton. So, yeah. Um, hey, Paula, what's up, Paula? Paula, first off, I have to apologize. I have obviously, not yet gotten to opening up your gift, the all of the for crying out loud. I'm remembering all the characters' names. I can't remember the name of the book right now. It's like off the spot. What the heck is the name of the books that you sent? Homelander and all those guys. For crying out loud, those books. Somebody will say it pretty soon. Anyway, yeah, I have not yet gotten to reading them, which is a crying shame, I know, and I apologize. I am going to get to them though. So, the boys. They're called the boy. Oh, and Derek, Paul and Derek are already up there. Yes, correct. So, a couple seconds after you said it, I actually, yes, but the boys. So I haven't gotten to reading. She sent me all of them, all of them. So I haven't gotten to opening those yet. Well, actual reading them yet. So I apologize. I'm going to get to it. I promise. I swear. I genuinely will. But what's up, Paul? Always happy to see you in the chat. Happy to see everybody in the chat. Sorry, I'm like only pointing out Paula, but the hell with all the rest of you. I'm joking. Everybody's alumni here, and I appreciate every single one of you showing up here to have ourselves a conversation. So, is there anything specific y'all want to talk about? Because I have been taking notes in my podcast stuff because I got the podcast coming up tonight with Chillmonger. You guys are checking out Chillmonger's channel, right? Because I'm saying if you're not, seriously, you're missing out. I mean, like if you're enjoying the podcast, not too sure why you wouldn't want to check out the other half of that podcast team. So, there's that. um, Appreciate it, Paula. Genuine thanks. Um, what do you call it? So, hey, Wolf Warner's in the chat. Coffee Breath is in the chat. Awesome pick you sent to the Discord. I should probably send something over here. How's Bloodshot? I didn't watch the movie. I'm going to get to that. I read the comic book. I didn't actually get to the next issue. Also, for the sake of conversation, these are the other comic books that I have that I didn't even read yet. I did read the Bloodshot, but I didn't get to these other ones. And then this one right here, I kind of want to get to North Bend because it's new, but we'll see if I can actually get to it. Anyway, yeah, the order of reading and reviewing. So I haven't been doing my weekly Valiant books, which is a shame because I figured I would make up for it by going to see the movie with a whole bunch of you guys. And I talked with a couple people. I talked with Suanne about it. I talked to a few other people about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna do the live viewing right now because the COVID-19, aka coronavirus thing. It's bad, dude. Like like a lot of places are shutting down. A lot of places aren't shutting down, and they're getting some serious heat for it, bro. Like I'm here in Toronto, well, right outside of Toronto. I'm in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, the province of Ontario, right next to Lake Ontario, and about 2.5 miles from from the border with Buffalo, New York. Why am I hearing? Let me put it up there, and hopefully there won't be any fuzz. Anyway, so yeah, they're shutting things down, and mind you, we've got a conservative government. There are a lot of people who are conservatives, and it's cool if you're a conservative. Understand that whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a liberal or a conservative, you and what you vote for is different from what your representation, what our representation actually enforces. So just full disclaimer, I have no problem with Republican voters. I have no problem with Democratic voters. I have no problem with people who identify as conservative. I have no problem with people who identify themselves as liberal. And I have, no problem with people who identify as independent, which is what I identify myself as. But we do have to pay attention to the policies that are always put into place. Just like in, what do you call it, in America in general, similar thing here in Ontario. Our premier, which means the person in charge of all of Ontario, the premier, Doug Ford. Yeah, that cool guy, Rob Ford, his brother. Yeah. He's doing something very similar to Trump. He's kind of acknowledging that it's a problem because he has to, but when you see him, he goes up with his face. He's got that face of I don't think he's necessarily a sociopath, but everybody's ever met him in person, especially before he became the premier or even the mayor of, was he a mayor of Brampton? I can't remember. Babe, Doug Ford. Who was he the mayor of before the premier of? Okay, thank you. Okay, he was city councilor. My bad. So he was city councilor of District of Toronto. Anyway, yeah, he's got that face on him of a person who absolutely does not care, but he's trying to fake like he cares. Yeah, that guy. Same thing in the States. Huge tax cuts for the rich, and by the time it comes to and mind you, those could be erased. Those could be erased with a pen stroke. They were done with a pen stroke. They could be erased with a pen stroke, and then all of a sudden start giving benefits to people and whatnot and blah 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 blah. So I'm just saying this is a huge problem. The coronavirus slash COVID-19 thing. It really is a huge problem. It's a problem up here in Canada also. Timmy's, Tim Hortons. That's the big donut shop up here. Basically, like it. I can't even hardly compare it to Dunkin' Donuts, but like through the services that they provide, they're very similar to Dunkin' Donuts. But nobody looks at Dunkin' Donuts in America as, wave that flag of America. Yeah, baby, Dunkin' Donuts, American as America gets. No, but that's what Canadians think of Timmy's. So I'm saying, you can find Timmy's once in a while in Tim Hortons in America, but not like you find them here, brah. So when we look at Timmy's, like you've got them saying you've got maximum of 5 unpaid sick leave days per year, and and even then you need a doctor's note for all of those, and that's even still right now, knowing that the COVID-19 thing is out, which is terrifying. And here's one of the big problems that I want Americans to understand by that. You look at what I just said and you say, so what's the problem? All right. As a guy from New Jersey, all right, born and raised in New Jersey, mostly raised in New Jersey, all right. As an American, it's hard to look at that and say, yeah, so what's the problem? The problem is you look at everything else in Canada. People are like, yeah, leave, go. If you're feeling sick, go home. Saying we'll pay for a bunch of them, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Please don't get sick. Don't come in if you're sick because we don't want it to spread. Stay home. You know what I'm saying? Stay home. So it's messed up, right? Like it's really messed up. What contest? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What kind of contest we got in here? Hey, Professor, did you know when you get the results for? Oh, yes, that. Okay, so for the sake of conversation, anybody who's not familiar with what's being said in here, Underwood Sketches is talking about it. Silver Space Century is talking about it. Hey, Comic Boom is here also, and if you guys aren't checking out Comic Boom, similar with Chillmonger, y'all are missing out big time right here. This is my man's right here, Comic Boom. This is the lawyer who defended Carol Danvers. I want everybody to think about that. This dude straight up defended Carol Danvers in the Civil War II comic book courtroom that I just did. I'm saying, all right, I'm saying this guy is like a CH away. That is a standard unit of measurement. What do you call it? A CH is it's a female body part, hair. All right, so boom, like that. Yes, he's a CH away from being at the 1,000 subscribers level. So I wonder if it's a possibility that people can go over to Comic Boom, check him out. You'll see that mad face that he's got, saying the thing there, and then boom, go and check that out because my man. Oh, hey, that's like all you got to say. Okay, that's cool. Reggie Simmons, I love you, brother. $11.11. I'm wondering why the exact amount. It's funny. um, but thank you so genuinely very much. Much appreciated for the super chat. It's funny. 11:11 is isn't that the thing? Like I think all of us, for the most part, in school, we would look at it on the clock, and it's like what do you call 5:55 or whatever. Like most of the time you couldn't get to me, but when you have all four numbers on the clock and you could do it with the seconds also, they're all the same. The only time you could do that is with 11:11 because even 12:12 can't really, you know what I'm saying, can't really get there. Can't really get there. It's not the same because it's still two different numbers, but all the numbers are the same. 1 1 1 1 1 1. And imagine doing it on what is it, November 11th in in 1111 year, right? Back in the 12th century. I'm saying like it's a silly thing, but yeah, that's where my mind goes. And you wonder why I took up engineering as my actually it's my second major, technically my third major, Anyway, I'm a man who's just all over the place. Okay, right here, and thank you, Reggie, genuinely appreciate it, brother. Right here we got another brother from down under. My brother from down under, there we go. Raven, he showed up in the Discord yesterday. Sorry, I'm talking about the Discord again. I'm going to try and add that link down below so you guys can check it out. A man's showed up in the Discord yesterday. Y'all remember like one of my favorite comic books, God Loves, Man Kills, right? It's Marvel graphic novel issue number 11, I think. I can't remember exactly which one. I think it is number 11. Anyway, it's one of the original Marvel graphic novels. They stopped at around like 51 or something like that. They didn't go much further than that. But a lot of great ones were in that series. The first one was Death of Captain Marvel. One of the last ones was the what the heck do they call it? Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange, Triumph and Torment, one of the greatest comic books ever created in the face of comic book history. By all means, fight me. I get the feeling you don't want to though, because you're like, yeah, no, that's true, Professor. That's a really good comic book. Anyway, so Marvel graphic novel, XMen, God Loves, Man Kills, amazing comic book. They made a part 2 to that, which I never actually read. it. I'm reading it now. Got it through the Marvel Unlimited app. You save up enough points and you can buy certain runs, I'm saying, through there. So there we go. Extreme X-Men. This is there was 2 volumes of Extreme X-Men. The second one was in 2016. The first one was in 2008, I believe it was. So early. Art wasn't too great on it, but I went and read the 6-part part. This was issue number 25 through 31, 6-part limited 6-part arc. 5 to 6, 7, 20, 20, 30. So 30. So 25 through 30. That arc, God Loves, Man Kills, part 2. This was insane. There was some really good parts in there. So William Stryker is, being blah, 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 whatever. In the second part of that arc, that's issue number 26. Check this out. Raven goes and finds this. All right, reports it in the live stream. Wilfredo was there. Sterling was there. All right, the lawyer who defended Tony Stark in the most recent comic book courtroom, the Civil War II one. Bunch of us were there. All right, I think Derek was there also. Whole bunch of us were there. He goes and points out, hey, so I'm reading the Extreme X-Men Volume 1 arc, and issue number 26. They're talking about how they tried to scan Kitty Pryde's brain, except they couldn't fully scan it. They couldn't fully map it. Because when she's in phase form, some of her brain is in a different dimension. What's this now? So now the way that we know dimensions scientifically in our Earth, our non-comic book, existing universe, we've actually got the dimensions are considered differently. The first dimension is basically just a dot, or you can, at the best, consider it a straight line. You know what I'm saying? You can go horizontally. You know what I'm saying? What do you call it? As far as the second dimension, you add a second dimension to it. So now you've got, what do you call it? Horizontal and vertical. So basically it's a sheet of paper. So if you've got a, or just whatever, some kind of a flat surface. So you got a flat surface. There's no, there's no depth to it whatsoever, just a flat surface. You could go around people, but you can't go over or under people, right? So if that's how you exist, all these dots are people on here. They can get around each other. They can try and shuffle around each other, but there is no climbing over top of, there is no ladders up or down in a two-dimensional universe. And we live in a three-dimensional universe because there's depth also. And that's very exemplified because we have two eyes and they're close to each other, not separate like a bird. Oh, they can see behind them, and things like that, but they can't see three-dimensionally. So that's how come if you have a bird, like a parrot or something like that, every time that you walk in or out of a room, it looks like you just teleported there. All of a sudden, they're just like, "Rah!" They make that noise every single time, and it's really frustrating. Anyway, so yeah, it's we live in a three-dimensional universe. But for the X-Men, for the Marvel comics, for all the comic books in general, dimensions are something different. It's like, oh, I'm traveling into a different dimension. We couldn't keep our sanity if we traveled into a different dimension. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because things would work differently than we could possibly imagine. We could theoretically show what a diagram in general of what a fourth dimensional object would look like, but understand that's pretty much impossible. How do you explain up to someone who lives in a second dimension where there is no such thing as up or down? Anyway, sorry, getting too scientific, way too nerdy for this nerd channel. What do you call it? So anyway, Raven went and pointed that out. He showed that, hey, guess what? Her brain exists in a different dimension. If that's the case, maybe she phased right before she died. Now, they did find her body. They got her body and things like that. But maybe this is one of the ways that they'll show that she's able to survive after they've found her body and confirmed her body in the Marauders. All right. She wasn't in phase, but if her brain somehow or her thoughts somehow are still in phase, I don't know how exactly they'll do it, but this could be the way that they show that they're able to bring her back. Excellent, excellent note by what do you call it? By Raven. So friggin' A, man. Okay. What do we got here? What else is in the comments? I'm going down now. Oh, people are subbing to Boom. Awesome. Once again, Boom, right over here. Let's see if we can get this guy over 1,000. Because I told him, I think that after this comic book courtroom case, you're probably going to go over 1,000. He's like, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm like, all right, well, let's show him. Let's show him. Sorry, I want to talk to you about Lifeguard and Slipstream. I'm not overly familiar with those X-Men. I remember you were talking about it a little bit when Raven brought up that series. I started with issue number 25 just to go through and read the arc. Excuse me, great arc. But yeah, in general. Oh, what's being said here? Bang! So listen to Reno Noir. So I really feel that. In fact, you know what? Let's make it even a little bit easier for you guys. So, you want to do this in a second channel or something like that. Let's actually go to Comic Boom. Oops, not book. Boom. I'm going to give you the Shiva. Boom, just like that. Go there. Go to that link, and then you will be better off for it. So, what have you now? I don't know what else is there in comic books right now. Oh, so yeah, I was talking about the contest. So anyway, the contest that I entered, it ended on the 28th of February, so the second from last day in the month. Remember, this was a leap year. So um, the character, the Darkness. For I got to do a 10 things about, and I have actually gone. First off, I found a bunch of 10 things about that I never finished. I wrote them, some of them I even recorded, but I never actually finished them. So I've actually got to put them together. So there's still a bunch of 10 things about, and I got to post all those. I think that that's one of the things I'm going to do for my members because I got to do the membership thing through YouTube pretty soon. So yeah, I think that's one of the things I'm going to do for the members, and then I will of course make them available like a month later, something like that, maybe a week later. I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out. Mitch, what's going on, Mitch? What's going on, Mitch? Thank you very much. Same right back to you, brother. Genuinely appreciate that. Uh, Maybe one of these days we could talk again. I'm always shy to ask in typing, so I don't know how to do that. So just in general, maybe one of these days we'll what do you call it? We'll be able to talk again because I would appreciate it. You taught me a lot, and it's genuinely helped. So we'll see. Appreciate the member thing. So what happens now? The okay, so this contest, okay, it's a comic book writing and a comic book art contest. If you were trying to submit art to Top Cow to win the contest, you had to do 8 pages of art. You had to just in general, so you had to make like some kind of you had to do the panels, the layouts, the breakdowns, the finishes, all that good stuff. You had to make that stuff available, 8 pages to the to Top Cow. And then there's a first place and a second place. There's first place and a runner up, I should say. Maybe do a video on how the whole time, space, and ocean theory works on Hawkman. I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to. Feel free to ask me some questions. Mitch, I love you, man. You are freaking awesome. And thank you so much for giving your, I know, very valuable time to me like that. I appreciate that. And as far as Tim is concerned, yeah, absolutely, Tim. I'd love to do something like that. Maybe I could do something with you one of these days. You can actually ask questions, and I can, we can both talk about throwing out from. You're an English teacher, also, right? So yeah, one English teacher to another. I think it'd be a great conversation. Um, Tim and I have talked before, and I keep on hearing a fuzz. Am I the only one? I don't like that. Anyway, so I'll move them up here, and hopefully it won't be the case. I know I've got a bassy voice when I'm not thinking about it. Anyway, so okay, so the writers part of it, and this is what I submitted myself to for Top Cow. I submitted myself as the writers category, so I had to write 20 pages worth of a comic book. Only 20 pages, mind you. That means 20 actual comic book pages. I wound up writing like 40 pages in a Word document for this thing. You have to. That's the way it's got to work because you've got to break down what you want the artist to portray to the writer, what you want the letterer to do, how you want the dialogue to go, who's saying what you want to be bold-faced and premised and whatnot. So there's a lot of work that goes into it, but I did it all inside of 3 weeks, like about 2.5 to 3 weeks. I did everything, including the research for it, because I had to figure out more about. I've read The Darkness before, but not in extensive detail. So I had to read his first volume, which means just spotlight on story. Getting ready to come out for that one of these days. We'll see. But bro, let me tell you something. This was something else. This was genuinely something else. I did an entire comic book for these guys, the writing portion of it. So I don't think I'm going to win. It's not about coming down on myself. Dude, people had 5 months to do this, and I didn't see it until like 3 weeks before it ended. So is what it is. But honestly, I don't care. I honestly don't care. Even if I come in first place, F yeah. If I come in, as which is like a $1,000 prize, and you get a 1 year contract to write for I believe for that character for the darkness, which awesome, cool. Get my name out there. That would be freaking amazing. That would be beyond anything I could possibly imagine. I don't think I'm going to get it though. I didn't have enough time to really put forth a great story, so it is what it is. And then if I got like runner up, that would be amazing also. It's only $250 cash prize. I don't care. I'd do it for free. If they published my name and said, well, just published my name and said, hey, this guy right here, he kicked butt and he took names. He was freaking awesome. Hey, man, I'm down. I'm down with that sickness. Um, but just the idea, even if I don't get, the first or second place thing, it's the idea that I did it and I proved to myself that I can do it. And now I just got to start doing it with a bunch of my own characters, or maybe use other stuff over there. What the heck are they called? Those characters that can't be used anymore, the public domain characters. Maybe I can find some cool public domain characters that I like, and write some stories featuring them. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to do like a Wild West one and just put out a bunch of stories, a bunch of little written comic books for you guys to check out. Maybe get some of you guys also to throw in. I'm not paying for it because I'm not going to get any money for this, but just put out a bunch of hey, any artists want to put together some pictures for this, comic book that I'm doing. Just do a bunch of short stories and things like that. Maybe give an opportunity for you guys to put your name out there also in your artwork and whatnot. And then just bang, just put something, some stuff like that up free online for people to see. Who knows? Maybe a Marvel will see it. Maybe a DC will see it. Possibly an Image will see it. Maybe Top Cow, or, Dynamite Comics, whatever. Maybe somebody will see it and say, hey, Ahoy Comics. I'd be okay with Ahoy Comics too. You know what I think would be really awesome? Valiant comic books. Just anything like that. Get some of these characters up and out there. Just, hey, just saying, look, here we go. Here's my my writing. Here's this guy's art. Here's that girl's art. Here's all these people's art. Let's see what we could do. I think it'd be a really cool thing to do. This way, as alumni, we can come together, and all of a sudden, we got something, that people can actually note as being pretty excellent. All that being said, the Valiant Comics thing, the Bloodshot movie thing, the coronavirus, like I said, the COVID-19, as they're trying to, push to make sure it's called, really, really hard to do. Oh, Silver Century, hello. Yes. Oh, now we're talking. Can't beat fairy tales and folklore. That's exactly what Zenoscope does. So I would love to do something like that. Yeah, I could think of something like with the Robin Hood character, Robin with a Y instead of an I, for Zenoscope. Yeah, I would. Yeah, they're public domain. I would absolutely love to do that. Get a good lycanthropy story going with Little Red Riding Hood. You know what I'm saying? Heck yeah, Little Red Riding Hood, Demon Slayer, Werewolf Slayer, something along those lines. Just, Monster Slayer. You know what? Done. Done. I think Little Red Riding Hood, Monster Slayer. And the first experience she had was with the big bad wolf, a lycanthrope, a werewolf. So yeah. Was that the big bad wolf? Actually, that was the Three Little Pigs. We'll say that after his encounter with the Three Little Pigs, we'll call them Three Orcs. You know what? See, I'm already making the story in my head. I love storytelling. So, pigs, orcs, same thing. Yeah, this wolf, it ate my grandmother. Apparently, the orc community has a problem with them also. Three of their most prominent architects, were attacked by the big bad wolf. So they were happy that I did this. So I've got some support with the orc community. They supplied me with orcish weapons. And it's like, dude, oh, you know what? Done. I'm so there's the premise for one of the stories that I will probably be doing. Little Red Riding Hood, Monster Slayer. Boom. What's going on here? Breck Warren's in the chat. What's up? Is Beowulf public domain? Yes, technically he is, because nobody owns Beowulf. Yeah, I could do some Beowulf. Who even remember the Bloodshot movie was coming out? I did, because yesterday was actually Thursday. They had a couple showings, but they're keeping the movie theaters open here, but they're doing other things. They're like, oh, we're gonna basically just gonna use Lysol. They're gonna wipe down a couple things. My wife went to Costco. Dumb idea in my opinion, but whatever. She doesn't mind standing in long lines. I do. I genuinely do. So I went into um, what do you call it? She went into Costco, and as soon as she walked up, she grabbed a cart and everything. And the one guy was handing out. There was two people at the door instead of one. One guy was handing out because yes, we have Costco here in Canada also, handing out the coupons and whatnot, saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Blah blah blah. And the other guy took her cart from her and had Lysol wipes and was wiping down the cart. It's like, I'm just going to wipe this down to make sure that you feel comfortable coming in here and we don't spread the disease. Cool. And she's just like, oh wow, and it happened so quick. It was like, wow, awesome. So she shopped along. It's not going to protect against the air if somebody's coughing, but hey. So what happened? Oh, and I went into Walmart earlier that day at 7 a.m. I went into Walmart just because we didn't have enough milk. We had one sleep, in Canada it's bagged milk. At least in Ontario, it's bags of milk. It's the freakiest thing. Go and check out my Christmas episode of This Week in Comics. You'll see I show you guys the bag milk. The actual, yeah. So anyway, I had one sleeve left. The 3 bags come in one bag of milk. So I had one sleeve of milk left. And I was like, nah, I'm going to need a little bit more. So you think the theaters will be shut down, Mitch? It's a possibility. For right now, all they're doing is they're doing the same thing. They're just spraying everything and saying, no, it's safe. I don't trust it. And I don't want any comic book. For some reason today, I want to keep saying comic book Illuminati. Anyway, maybe should we make that a thing? So the comic book university alumni. I don't want to expose anybody to that. I don't want to expose anybody at all to that. But I actually almost got into a I don't know about a fight, but like a shouting match almost at Walmart. My wonderful experiences at Walmart, right? It's like I just want to keep to myself, man. Anyway, I was doing a run. I was going to go to a bulk store instead, but then I noticed that Walmart was open at 7 o'clock a.m. So I'm like, let's go to Walmart because they got a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to want anyway, including batteries. So I go to the store and I go in there and I start doing all my shopping. Now I have my own bags and I'm doing shopping for more than just my immediate household. I'm also doing shopping for other family members, my wife's family members, because I don't have any family up here, but my in-laws, I'm doing shopping for them also. So I have a total of 3 bags. The stuff in the cart is mine. The stuff in one bag, mother-in-law. Stuff in another cart, sister-in-law. Stuff in another cart, other sister-in-law. So what do you call it? I'm doing a lot of shopping, So I get it there and I go up to the self checkout because there's no line there, and the other one there's only one line and it's freaking huge. I'm like, self checkout, there's nothing. So boom. So I just go in there. The lady comes over and she starts trying to have a conversation. I was like, all right, cool. No, I know how to do this. I've done this before. It's no big deal. She's like, okay, cool. You have to empty out all your bags though. It's like, I will. I promise you I will, but they're different orders. So I'm going to do the stuff that's in the cart general first, then I'll finish up that order, and then I'll do the next bag, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to put everything in Walmart bags. So I'm actually paying for bags and everything because they charge you for bags. I'm like, I'm going to get to all of it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, unfortunately, she wasn't hearing that. She's like, no, everything's got to be emptied out now. I'm like, well, ma'am, so you're not security, okay? So let security handle that. Like if you think I'm stealing something, fine, but you can check my stuff afterwards and check the receipt for every single one of the bags afterwards. Just for now, please let me do my thing. She's like, no, and she starts opening up my bags. Okay, I'm like, okay, ma'am, with all due respect, this is actually illegal what you're doing right now. You're actually starting to get under my skin. I need you to step away. I don't need your help. And what you're doing is actually illegal. You are not allowed to check my bags. And then she starts actually emptying my bags. At this point, I actually screamed at her. I was like, get off of my stuff! What's the matter with you? Do you see all these people out here? Everybody's here bulk shopping because of a virus, and you're touching my bags, going through my stuff. Ma'am, I'm starting to question your intelligence right here. At this point, yellow vest people start coming over and they're telling her, whoa, everything's got to stop. I was like, you need to get her off of my stuff. If you need to get a security guard to come over here or somebody to watch me go through all my stuff, I'm happy to do that. But she touches one or more of my bags, there's a problem here. And it's like, whoa, you can't be doing this. You can't, blah, blah, like they're talking to her and whatnot, blah, blah, you can't be doing that. On top of that, another person saying, sir, please calm down, please. Because like we don't want there to be a panic here. I was like, you damn right you don't want there to be a panic. And this is the one who's going to make a panic wind up happening. This nonsense needs to stop. Like I actually started to get really pissed off. Like if you can't tell, I was really mad. And I wasn't like, shouting, but I was yelling. You know what I'm saying? Like I was raising my voice big time. Like she literally wouldn't stop. She's touching my bags, turning the stuff upside down, emptying the stuff out. So now all my stuff it's like I went out of my way to painstakingly follow multiple lists from text messages that I got. And of course, nobody can send just one list. Like, oh, also, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, son of a bitch, you can't just put it all in one text. So multiple, and I'm like trying. So now I got to go and put all this stuff back together again. I want to just leaving the line. I was so pissed off. I was so pissed off. Like some people really just don't get it. So yeah, like you get dumb people all the time, man. Unbelievable. But anyway, um, hey, Alan Russett, thank you for the super chat, brother. Contributing to the comic fund. Hey, Impact Comics. I'm just saying, y'all go and check out my review. This thing must keep on lowering. It's got to keep on lowering on its own. Go and check out my review for Impact Comics. All sorts of good stuff on there. What do you call it? But I did that review, and it's like we're cool. Too much stress for toothpaste. Yeah, Mark. You and I think that we're in the yes, that's exactly what I said. Those are my bags. I don't know you. You know, saying like, yeah, I was legit with that. But Mark, yeah, you and me both. I'm great at controlling my anger, but like I'll allow it to go up to, my wife says this all the time. I'll allow it to go up to 4, you know what I'm saying, to show, hey, stop, but then I'll keep it at 4 for a little bit too long. And when I'm sick and tired of holding it there, it goes to 11. You know what I'm saying? It just jumps straight to 11. And that's not very Canadian, mind you. Everything here is passive aggressive. There is no direct confrontation here. Like that almost never happens. You know what I'm saying? The worst that I've ever gotten was one time my wife is we're going to a union thing. You know what I'm saying? She's in a union and I support the hell out of unions. And we were both dressed up, you know, saying we're in the car and we're driving and we're trying to make a left in Toronto. We're trying to make a left. The light is green for us and there's no oncoming traffic, but there's people crossing the street and it's nighttime. So the pickup truck behind me, yes, we have hillbillies and rednecks in Canada also. Not necessarily a bad thing unless you're a jackass. Then it becomes a bad thing. Everything becomes a bad thing when you're a jackass. So they're behind us and they start honking. And I'm just like, babe, don't even lean forward, because just let it go, because like, she's like, I'm not, there are people walking, there are people like crossing the street. And it's like, what do you call it? So the guy keeps on honking. So I'm just like, behind me. I'm from Jersey, man. You're more likely to get a finger from me than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I dropped that finger I flipped him the bird. Oh my God, this guy was such a snowflake that when we drove in, he drove in on the side of us. After the people were finished crossing, we drove in. He drove in behind, leaning on the horn. I'm like, I lean a middle finger out the window, dude. I don't care. You don't mess with me, dude. Don't do that. Just don't. The guy turns around because now we're trying to pull into the parking lot. It's a side street. It should be easy enough to do, but this guy was roaring and racing, and he spins all the way around, and he comes up along the side of us. Now I'm a little bit bothered by this because now he's on my wife's side. He pulls up alongside, and I have my seatbelt halfway off, and I'm leaning forward like this. He sees my seatbelt's off, and I'm moving forward. And I'm dressed up, you know what I'm saying? I had a tie on, had my blazer jacket on. I'm looking pretty good, I'm looking pretty spiffy. At the same time, yeah, so I've got a very angry look, a genuinely angry look. This is important because I don't actually want to have to get into a fight with anybody. That's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. But sometimes some people need to be let go. Some people need to be let go. And I'm talking from the side of a cliff. And these guys pulled up and they just, the one guy, on the side, he's just looking like, like what's going on, whatever. But the guy in the driver's seat, he pulls up and he sees me. And like, I don't know, man. I don't know. He pulls and he just like, he looks, he's just, suck it. And he drives by. I'm like, no, thank you. I didn't even know what to say at that. I did not expect that at all. So, what? What are you, a cow? Are those your teeth? Are those your teats? Like, I know how to milk a cow, believe it or not. So yeah, just absolute jackass. It's like, dude, there were people walking. Freaking relax here, right? Reno Noir is in New York City. Yeah, Yeah, you know the deal. New Jersey's the sixth bastardized borough of New York City, so we're all good. We're all good. We crack jokes with each other, but we're good. So Kate's moved into a house with an elevator in it. I'm laughing right now because as soon as I hear something like that, first off, like, how do they have that kind of money to move into a house with a freaking elevator in it? Whatever, man. If it's like one of those staircase escalators for old people, I get it. But with an elevator in it, brah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's joking. I don't know. But like, I remember there was this one song. What was it? Recovery? Eminem's album, I think it was Recovery or Rehab, one of the two. He had a song in there talking about now I'm living in a house with a mother effing elevator. It's a stupid song, but I love it. Like, are you kidding me right now? So yeah, I'm just like, bruh, what is going on here? Uh-oh, the two lawyers are in the house. They're talking to each other. Uh-oh, be afraid, be very afraid. So you're gonna go check for some toilet paper, Mark. Go get your toilet paper, bruh. Also, you know what I would recommend? Here's what I would recommend, and I kind of wish I could bring the thing with us. You know, it's not likely that our water is going to get turned off or electricity or anything like that. So I'm saying in general, you can just go to eBay and for $35 Canadian, you could get a bidet. It is easily installed. I installed it myself. I'm actually fairly mechanically inclined, whatever, but I'm pretty sure anybody can do it. Just make sure you have yourself a good pair of pliers for actually connecting the hose, and make sure you have plumber's tape. You always want to put plumber's tape whenever you're doing anything that's remotely connected to plumbing. But this bidet is an entire kit. You can get it for $35, $50, and that's Canadian prices. You know what I'm saying? Get it shipped to you next day. You know what I'm saying? Same day if you do it early enough in the day, whatever. You could literally get it tomorrow, a bidet. You don't need toilet paper at that point. I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just this little thing. You remove the seat, the lid and the seat from your toilet. You put this bidet on. You put the seat and the lid back on. You know what I'm saying? And now you got this little thing like and you don't need electricity for it even. It all goes through water pressure. So you turn the little knob. My kids use it. My 4-year-old uses it. You know what I'm saying? And it's got different pressures and it's just, boop, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? You're golden. You're golden. Sabrina with the proper spelling for bidet. This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Also Underwood, my Italian friends swear by bidets. I'm Italian. I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying. So you don't even like literally, you don't even have to touch your butt with a piece of paper like a thin little piece of paper. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need to wash your hands afterwards. You should because you're still touching the toilet. I'm saying, but like the need to do it, sit there, done. You're done. You're done. You decide the pressure. The thing's got a great aim. You can always, readjust. I'm saying, I'll do it again for you for the sake of conversation. You can always readjust. You make sure that it gets right where you want to go. It can wash your whole butt. Water every single time. I'm saying. I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I swear by them. All right, you're golden. You don't need the toilet paper rush. I've got a a nine pack or a 12 pack. I think a 12 pack of toilet paper just in case of emergency that I've actually had for the past 2 years. But we don't use toilet paper in the house. We legitimately don't. We got baby wipes that we can use, just in case you need that extra spring fresh thing or whatnot. But dude, save the toilet paper nonsense. Also considering having toilet paper delivered by Amazon or something. A lot of these places are doing the drive up service. All right. So you can actually call up or use an app. Um, I just got finished giving a hard time to Timmy's, but Second Cup, that's also a big thing here in Canada. Um, what do you call it? They actually they're like, listen, not only do we allow our employees to go home if they're sick, and we offer a lot more paid sick days than Timmy's does. We're also going to recommend that you use our drive up service to make it easier. Just use the line. And if you use the drive up service plus the app, the little store app, we're going to give you 20% off during this COVID-19 crisis. Hello, genius. We've got Toys R Us up here. I know not a lot of places in America have Toys R Us back. We never lost it. Toys R Us is doing a thing with like, yeah, dude, if you want to buy something online and pick up in store, take down this phone number and call us when you get here. We'll bring it out to your car, put it right in your trunk, and give you the receipt and tell you to have a nice day. I'm saying Toys R Us is taking care of people like that. Walmart has been doing that for a while now. You know what I'm saying? They've got they've actually got parking spaces specifically for people who are going to pick up. You know, it's like, oh, here's for the people who already pre-ordered, and we're just going to throw it in your trunk. You bring your van, bring your car, your trunk, whatever. You just want toilet paper, order toilet paper, and you're good. You know, you're good. Oh, they were stacked with legends the other day. I actually have all of the Black Widow stuff. I have all the Black Widow toys out there, including Taskmaster, which doesn't actually help to make the Crimson Dynamo, but yeah. You know, there's my other channel, CBU. You can check it out in the link below. CBU-toys. You go and check that out. I have a bunch of toy reviews on there. I don't cater to the channel as nearly as much as I do to this one, but I try. Only got like 135 subscribers. I'm okay with that. I just put up my second Let's Play Minecraft. You know, there's the walkthrough and a run through. I have what's called a trip through because I screw up every moment, but I suck. But I've got 2 videos up of me playing Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically a gameplay. You know, Let's Play Minecraft, and I call it trip through. Anyway, so I put the second episode up today. I'll put the third episode up maybe next week or something like that. I'll play some more when I'm really bored because I'm doing a lot of things indoors. But yeah, I did when I was out yesterday. I did manage to also find. I already had. Anyway, I found the whole set, so I got the whole set, and boom, I'm like super happy now. Um, what do you call it? Yeah, and that was a part of my separate order because I want to do that with my own. I didn't want to use the joint account for that. I did that with my own because you know everybody's got your joint account with your wife. Then you got your own account. I'm sure she's got her own account. I think my wife actually has 3 different accounts. She does finances better than me. She's like, okay, this is for this is for that, that's for that. I'm like, oh, you are freaking awesome. I just have my own stuff, and I barely touch it except when I'm buying toys, you know, and stuff for the channel. But anyway, you can tell I like toys, right? So, yeah, all that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. What do we got here? Oh, that sucks, Cryptid. That sucks. Damn. Oh, you guys can also check out on my Twitter at Comic Book Uni. Let me actually. Oh wow, what I got 6 notifications. What the heck happened? Oh, oh hey, thanks. If Tim Board is still here, thanks, man. Um, what do you call it? Advertising my oh, this live chat. Oh, that's cool. Thank you very much. Only and Comic Boom is only 100 away from getting his 1,000 subs. Dude, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Okay, so let me check out here. I'm just going to throw this up here. I have a link for if you guys are interested, and only if you're interested. Um, Boom. There you go. My Twitter handle. So I actually have a thing up there because I know that not a lot of people want to go to their comic book stores for stuff. Listen, you can still get key issues in your pull list. All right. And hopefully the whatever bad things. Whoa, Reno Noir got a case of 96 rolls of toilet paper from the whole hotel job. That is awesome. Um, Good job on that, man. Wow. But it's hotel toilet paper. So we all know those things. They're like thin cardboard. Anyway, go and check that out over there because I put up this link for the Marvel Unlimited app. You get like a 7-day free trial if you want to read your Marvel comics at least. Subscribe to the DC Universe um, streaming service, and you'll get your DC comics for free that way if you're already paying. And then you get to watch like Teen Titans and Doom Patrol, and Doom Patrol's awesome. Swamp Thing, Harley Quinn, all those good things there. But on the Marvel side, there's actually a separate thing. So I just posted it for in case anybody's wants to continue reading their Marvel comics, $9.99 a month, and you could read all your Marvel comics. Like they have a huge library, or you could just become a member. You don't even have to buy the subscription. You could read their articles and stuff like that, or even just look at their articles really quick, and you accrue points. Once you get like 75,000 points, you can actually get a month for free of the Marvel Unlimited app. But even if you signed up for it now, you could get what have you, the a 7-day free trial, so you can peruse it and see if you're interested. And worst case scenario, again, you can still become a Marvel Insider subscribe. And I don't get anything for this. I don't get like paid. This is not a paid subscription, so I don't want to talk about it for too long. But just in general, you can if you play like what is it? The oh, for crying out! Oh shoot! Wait, notification. No, no, no. I want my notification. Oh damn it! I get my Politico things. Anyway, so I signed up for Puzzle Quest, and I already play Contest of Champions. And if you play those if you play those mobile app games, you actually get yourself hooked up, and you get um, points just for playing the game through the Marvel Insider, and that's free. So you can literally do all these cool things to build up your points on the Marvel Insider. You get 75,000, you get a month free, and I don't know if you could definitely do that in a month, but you probably can. Anyway, so some kind of political news showed up. I'll see what that is pretty soon. Anyway, so bang, that's my Twitter handle where I have the link on there, unless you just want to do whatever. You have to use at least 2 sheets. All right, Green Man. You're hysterical, dude. Poems Pose. Yes. Yeah, it is kind of a godsend, isn't it? I just signed up. Sick. Oh, nice. Yeah. The what do you call it? The whole thing, like, dude, it's bad. Like, people don't want to get their comics anymore. And I understand, but you still want to read your comics, right? So yeah, the Marvel Unlimited app, the DC universe. It's a streaming service, but I believe you can get it on your phone also. This is one way, 2 different ways for you to get all of your comic books that you want. Go to Comixology, get your comics that way. A lot of times you can get a cheap deal. Go and check out Valiant Comics. Go and check out Valiant Comics' thing. If you want to catch up on almost all of the like Bloodshot and Exo Manowar and Ninja K, Ninjak, all the amazing stories they got. Shadow Man. Shadow Man's my favorite. I'm biased. Archer and Armstrong. You want to check out all those? They've got this Humble Bumble offer, which you get a lot of comic books practically for free when you look at all the comic books that you can be getting. Okay, Georgia postpones presidential primaries. That's the second state to do that. Awesome. Here's something. Whole Foods suggests that workers share time off during coronavirus outbreak. This is the kind of stuff that pisses me off. All right. Instead of giving extra days off to people for their coronavirus thing, instead they say, "Oh yeah, if you're not sick, you should share your paid time off with people who do need the sickness." Literally, so you're telling people to share their time off, dude. Y'all got some problems, man. Y'all got some problems. U.S. adds Britain and Ireland to the European travel ban. I don't know, man. Apple closes all of its stores, so the mall is open down here, but the Square One Mall, but all the other stuff is bad. Judge blocks a rule that would have kicked 700,000 people off of Snap. Check this out. So I plan on starting up my Twitch and doing more stuff on my Twitch, but I'm going to, because I don't have any content up on my Twitch. Here's what I want to do. I love talking about, yes, the new Bloodshot comic is really good. It is really good. You love my masks. Awesome. Holden Reese. Yeah, I got a bunch of them. I've actually got more than you're seeing, in fact. There's a Terminator up there. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of, you see my soundproofing there. You can see my thing for when I teach English. I actually have my US map, my world map up there. So that's a screen that actually just pulls straight across behind me so the kids can't see all the toys because they'll get nothing but distracted. So I do that. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of crazy stuff here. Oh, look what I just got. I'm staying indoors forever. This thing actually works. I can actually play the Mortal Kombat game on this. Yeah, I can actually play the original Mortal Kombat game on this. That's right, baby. That's right. That's right, because that's how we do things here. You know what else is cool about this? This and the Pac-Man thing, I can actually put them side by side with each other and use my Marvel Legends characters, and I have to lift it a little bit. But if I lift it a little bit, then I can actually have them playing video games. Or if it's a small enough character, it's almost the perfect size. That's right. Got to catch them all. I found this in a what do you call it? A thrift store. Found this in a thrift store. It doesn't come with a Pokeball, but so yeah, it's awesome, man. Anyway, Oh, your friend works at ShopRite. ShopRite is a store that exists in New Jersey. It's like Food Basics or Loblaws or freaking Food Town or whatever, there or Publix or IGA or Kroger's. Wherever you live in the states, there's if you only stayed in one state most of your life, you think that your local supermarkets are everywhere. They're not. They're absolutely not. They're mostly located in one or a couple of states. Yeah, that's how come most people, in Florida think that everybody's heard of Piggly Wiggly. Afraid that's not the case. Most people have not heard of Piggly Wiggly. But anyway, yeah. So, oh, what is this? You got the Pac-Man for your birthday? Nice. What is this? Boom. Robert Medidi will be leaving Justice League due to getting a secret project greenlit. He'll announce this on Twitter. The new writer will be Simon Spurrier. Oh. Cy Spurrier has his moments. I liked his Shadow run for Dynamite Comics. I haven't really liked too much else that he's done. I've liked some things, but I haven't gone crazy over those things. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. Um, Top Pokemon animal, Squirtle. For the starters, 100%, Jamal, 100%. In fact, I just got a Blastoise recently. I just bought a Blastoise. When I found all of these other, the Black Widow series to make Crimson Dynamo. I'm gonna actually. I wanted to do it today and I didn't. I'll probably do it tomorrow. My kids and I will open up all the packages and actually build the Crimson Dynamo, and we'll put that up in my video. That video up on my other channel, CBU-Toys. You can find that link in the description below and watch my Minecraft playthroughs also. Anyway, I'll probably put that up there just for the sake of conversation. If anybody wants to go and check this stuff out, watch, see how this stuff works, see what I think of the toys, see my kids, going, wow, and seeing them rip open boxes instead of educatedly slicing them open with a knife. Forget a man. Anyway, yes, I love Squirtle as my starting Pokemon. I really do like Gyarados though. I love that he sucks as Magikarp and then turns into freaking Gyarados, like one of the most powerful dragon, but still water type. I love the water types, but I also love the psychic types and Abra, Alakazam, and Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam. Those are actually my go-to Pokemon. I love those freaking Pokemon. In fact, if I ever start doing a Let's Play of Pokemon, whoops, I missed it, of Pokemon Blue, that's actually my favorite one to play. Then yeah, I'll probably be playing that one of these days because I love freaking Abra and Kadabra. Oh, look at this! Boom, $60 on Valiant website on flash drive. Excuse me, sick, love it. Bendis's Young Justice is pretty good. It's not bad. I don't have any kind of a problem with it. I just haven't been reading because I've been cutting down a lot of stuff. I love the way that he does kids. I love the way that Bendis does kids. Like I'm not a Bendis hater. I don't like him on what you call it. Let me get this over quick. Underwood likes Dragonair. The Dragonair, Dragonite, and what's the other one? Anyway, those guys are actually pretty cool. But yeah, I'm a Gyarados fan. The ghost types are pretty cool too. Hey, Cryptid for no reason, just throwing in $10. I love you, man. By the way, listen, I love you guys. I genuinely do, and I appreciate so much that you throw in super chats. You can also ask questions in the super chats. Just saying. But yep, it keeps on falling. It actually keeps on falling. Wow, that's frustrating. Anyway, I do hope that you guys are actually golden with what you're spending, what you're sending me. So I genuinely appreciate the super chats, but I do also understand that we as a people are struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to pay for Dratini. Thank you, Underwood. It is hard out there. So if you got a good job, if you got good source of income, if you've got the money to send, genuinely, I appreciate it. I genuinely do. But I do understand that a lot of that's the reason why I'm not one of those channels where I only take super chat questions. It's like, oh, if you're not going to send a super chat, you're just talking to each other. I'm not going to even look at it. No, that's not me. I try to get to as much as I can, you know what I'm saying? But I also understand times are rough. Times are ridiculously rough. Oh, so really quick to throw in there the Twitter thing. God, I'm all over the place. The Twitch thing. I am going to be starting up my Twitch channel again, or not again. For the first time, I'm going to start my Twitch channel. pretty much the only thing I'm going to be talking about there are mostly going to be politics. So I know it's going to be called Comic Book University, but I think I'm just going to be talking politics on Twitch in general, just because I do want to talk about, I do want to get it out there. And I do want to try and, let people know how the political process works in America. And as I'm learning more and more things in Canada, but I do want to, I do want to be able to get things like it off the chest. And this way I'm less likely to have to do it here, because I can just tell people, actually, you know what, I already talked about in the Twitch, and go and check it out over there, blah, 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 so there's that. Yes. So consider, consider. So I'll probably be doing that. Alan Russell can only deal with Bendis if he reads the stuff years after that. Does YouTube take a cut from the super chats? Unfortunately, yes, they do. They take 1/3 of it, so 33% of the super chat. So I just got $9, so $3 goes to YouTube. I know, go figure. So yeah, it's a lot. PayPal takes the least, but I don't have anything set up. You could send stuff through PayPal, but I don't have anything to actually give you guys anything back for PayPal, and I need to change that. I seriously need to change that, because yeah, you could do Patreon, and yeah, this month I actually didn't do anything for my patrons, which sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was never set up to do anything extra there, so which is why it is so hard for me to do things now. But yeah, I'm trying. I genuinely am trying. But in general, anything that I give to the members, I'll also give to the patrons. But I know that not everybody wants to subscribe to Patreon, and I understand. I totally understand. They're not fair with a lot of things that they do. They haven't done anything to me yet, but yeah. That's some real ass shite that you just said, Professor. Much respect, brother. Oh, about the money thing? It's all good. Like I said, I know that people are whatever. It is what it is, man. I get it. Uh, Interesting. Bendis is always hit or miss with me. Agreed, Postpones. Bendis is kind of hit or miss. For me, he's 100% miss with anything that he does with Superman. Like I was into it at first, and then he just dragged it. And the way that he closed out that original Superman story with, I don't remember that guy's name, Rogal Zar, I think his name was. I did not like it at all. Just saw that come in. The Bounty Hunters, Comic Universal. What's up, brother? Did I read Bounty Hunters? No, I did not. Let me know if you think it was any good or not. Winter Soldier and Cap are probably in Wakanda during the Black Widow film. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Oh, I remember somebody earlier asked about the thing. Oh yes, and we're finally going to get something for the Three Jokers pretty soon. Yeah, I told you guys what Jason Fabok told me about the Three Jokers. With the Three Jokers, he's working on it. He's busting his ass on it. It's going to be 3 parts through the Black Label stuff. Was it Johns who did this? I think it was Johns who. Maybe it was Snyder. I think it was Johns. Anyway, one of those two is writing. I'm like barely paying attention to it at all because whatever. But anyway, that stuff. The reason why it's taking it out is 100%. The reason why it's taking so long for it to come out is 100% Jason Fabok's fault, and he's totally fine with anybody being upset about it. But he took me aside. He said he didn't want it to be recorded, but he said if I want to tell people about it afterwards, and this is like maybe the 3rd time I'm saying this to you guys on the chat. He said the reason why it's taking so long is because he sees that he read the script and he loved it so much that he wants this to be his magnum opus. That he's always going to try and do excellent artwork, forever, because that's who he is. But he's going the extra mile for the Three Jokers because it is such an amazing script. He literally wants it to be that if he ever gives a resume to somebody or somebody says, "What's your favorite thing you ever did?" He wants it to be that he can just point to the Three Jokers and say that's it right there. Jason Fabok is an amazing artist, and I want you to really think about that because you compare that to a John Romita Jr. All right, the guy who's just like, you give me a comic book script, I'm going to draw it out as quickly as I can. Boom, because I get paid per page done. Same thing with Fabok. Fabok is not sitting here talking about, oh yeah, man, I'm getting paid per page. That's it. You're not going to pay me more for doing better art? Screw that. No, no, no. That's not what Fabric is all about. He literally said, I'm not worried about what I get paid. I get paid what I get paid, and I'm getting paid for it. But I want this to be the best, the greatest work that I've ever done in my life. And that is hot. For me, I would rather it be delayed and be amazing than be on time and just think to myself, he could have done better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm totally cool with this wait. 100% okay with this wait. That doesn't bother me at all. Um, what's this laughter thing? Second trade series, all of Cross Fetch Me. Fabric's art is amazing. It really is. Bounty Hunters was epic. We got some real nice Boba Fett art. And and Bosk is in it. Nice. What the heck is what did Corey do this time? In other news, this month I will have completed my second trade series. All of Fantastic Four by Hickman will be all mine. Is that what everybody's laughing at with Corey? I mean, I guess it was funny-ish, but no, that's awesome, man. That is very awesome. My next trade victims will be finishing Jason Aaron's Thor run and getting Mark Waid's Fantastic Four tenure. Yeah, dude, just read all the Fantastic Four stuff. It's amazing, and you really understand the Marvel Universe that way. And if you are going to do a second all the way run through, like specifically of the Kirby and Stan Lee stuff, consider it to be Thor. Because Marvel has always done it so that most characters are introduced in the pages of Fantastic Four, but then the origins are often, not always, often given in the Thor pages or a further detailed look into them. So, and that's happened with so many characters. What do you got? Okay, it's John's. Thank you, Corey, who's doing the Three Jokers. Doing traditional art then. I remember reading he does digital art for stuff. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't ask him that. If I talk to him again, I will. Will Silver Surfer get his own book? I don't know if he's getting his own book. Shang-Chi's getting his own book pretty soon. That's an interesting thing. Totally get Fabric's reasoning. I just know Kate's. I don't know, Surfer. I know that you're a purist, but I like what Kate's does for the most part, and I did like that the Silver Surfer Black. I dug it. If I was artistic, if I do it, my supervisor gets frustrated, right? Isn't Gary Frank like that, Bill? I'm trying to remember Gary Frank. Professor, what was your biggest reread binge? Because I'm a huge one. All of Aaron's Avengers and Kate's Venom, because I'm out of school for 2 weeks. Oh, enjoy your 2 weeks. Shang-Chi was amazing in the 70s, and I wish it was back to that again. Big reread. Let's see. What's a big reread that I often do? Hard to say, but as weird as it sounds, Marvel's Transformers. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets really wonky at times, but for the most part, I love Marvel's version of the Transformers, especially those first 25 to 40 issues. They were absurdly amazing. And then when they go into the origin of like later on towards the end of that run, issue number 80 was the final one before they went on to a different series. They had to rush that. They actually had to combine 5 issues into just a few. They took out like 5 issues worth of comics there. Sucks, but it is what it is because they were not going to get their contract renewed. Oh, that's what's happening. My band is going forward. Okay, I get it now. My headband was going forward. I guess my head is slick because of getting out of the shower. Some good shampoo, man. Head and Shoulders. I highly recommend it. So anyway, let's see if my hair was still wet, I could do like the rhino horn. Oh, I can still kind of do it. What's it look like? I can't see it. Does it look good? Does it look like a rhino? I'm a dork and I love it. I embrace it. But yeah, the Transformers stuff, man. Those first couple issues where they actually went into like the Marvel Comics is what created the leadership matrix. That didn't happen in the cartoon. Like they didn't first start talking about the leadership matrix until the movie. So if you never read the comic books and you only watched the TV series, there was no mention of the leadership matrix ever. but by issue 7, I think it was, maybe 8, they already started talking about the leadership matrix and all that. And amazing, amazing. Once I get all the toys together, I am doing stop motion animation of those original Transformers comic books because like they were detailed, they were impactful, they were emotional, like they were down and dirty, gritty. Shockwave wasn't just some jackass scientist who's like, "Yes, Megatron, whatever you want. I don't want to bother you or any-" No, Shockwave kicked Megatron's ass multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, Predacons versus Megatron was one of the best comic books that you will ever read because holy crap, man, like that was amazing. All that stuff was just amazing. Um, exactly. What else is new, Silva? Like grumpy is still like you're even younger than me, and yet you're more of a grumpy old man than I could ever imagine myself being. um, yes, A3N. Cates is spreading himself pretty thin, but he's still doing a pretty good job, in my opinion. Super chat, Richard Lindsay, $10. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Recent subscriber, love your channel. Genuinely appreciated, brother. Genuinely appreciate the super chat. Literally super chatting me just to tell me how much you love the channel. I appreciate that, man. All the love in the world. Yeah, I just said that, Corey. They're going to do a 5-issue limited series. I'm going to talk about more in the podcast with Chillmonger tonight. I'm going to go into more detail, but yes, they're going to be doing the Shang-Chi series pretty soon. Hey, in the chat, I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to give you because there's about a 7-second difference. I'm going to ask you a question. All right, first person who gets it gets a no prize. All right. So, who is the most recent person to write a Shang-Chi? It was actually a one-shot, so it wasn't a series. Who was the most recent person to write a one-shot of Shang-Chi? Go. Because the last time that we've seen him, Shang-Chi in a series was actually Swordmaster, which was written by Greg Pak and drawn by my man, Ario Anindito, an amazing freaking artist. So Autobots, roll out. So who's the first person who could say who did it? Comic Universal, Professor, have your kids' schools been canceled yet for COVID-19? Because like every school in my area is closed yesterday. Well, we've got March break starting. It's actually March break now. The March break starts this Monday, so no school Monday anyway. And then they decided no more school until April 4th. And that's even then, I'm sure that's tentative because it could get worse. But they're actually delaying school an entire month now because of that. And I didn't let them go to school yesterday. So Thursday they went, and Friday I was like, listen, I'm already predicting this is about to go crazy. So no more school. And my wife's like, okay, fine. So they stayed home on Friday. That's why I haven't gotten a whole lot of stuff done recently. Yeah. I see 2 people saying Charlie Huston. You guys talking about the limited series? No, the one shot. There was a one shot out recently. Come on, who gets it? Who gets it? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It's coming out right now. It's coming out with a hint. WWE. Oh, what's that? What's that? Who wrote it? Who wrote it? Who did it? Who did it? I actually have a review up for it and everything. You really think about Cates? I don't see that he's spreading himself thin. I think that he is spreading himself thin. I don't think that he's a hack necessarily. I think that he has great stories. I think that he delivers pretty quickly on those stories too. Here's the thing. Both Cates and Matthew Rosenberg are 2 people that have talked about this. There's a trade-off with the Marvel world. I don't know about any place else, but with Marvel specifically, there are characters they want to write, and then there are characters or books that they're assigned to write. So if they get assigned to write something, they write it. But if but there are a lot of times where like, listen, here's a pitch that I want to do for a comic book, and then they often get approved for it. These 2, like they're great writers, they often get approved for it. So if they get assigned to do something, like for instance, the thing with the Inhuman, the death of the Inhumans for Cates, you could tell that was assigned to him. Like they were like, we need to do something to put the Inhumans out of action for a while because we got the X-Men back. So he was like, oh sure, I'll do a death of the Inhumans thing and I'll kill the Inhumans. So yeah, that happened. You could tell he wasn't, like it was still amazing, but it ended kind of you know, just it happened. It ended kind of excuse me. But as far as like some of the other things you write, you could tell when he's assigned something and when he has made a pitch and got, excuse me, accepted for it. Okay. Uh, Taki616, what's up? We're talking across universes here. Professor Bill, as always, thanks for everything. And thank you for subbing. Thank you for hitting that bell notification. And thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Genuinely appreciated, brother. Um, Holden Reese, do you know the best schools to go to if you want to get into comic book writing and art? No, I don't. So here's what but kind of, because I'm going by what all the people have told me. Because I always ask that basic question every time I come across an artist, and I'll get to the writing in a moment. So the Adam Kubert school, the Joe Kubert School of Art, is still in Dover, New Jersey. And that used to be a great place to go to. Nowadays, I'm told no, don't do it because it's not what it used to be. There are a couple of artists who still do. I don't think Richard Pace does anything anymore. He said they used to when I did my interview with him and Mark Russell recently. They said that he said that he used to teach art. Okay, cool. I think he's just too busy nowadays. Ty Templeton still teaches art, and he's right here in Mississauga. So if you're local, you can get Ty Templeton to teach you art. He'll happily do that. He actually has scheduled courses and everything. As far as anybody else, actually talk to your favorite, find out where some of your local, where some of your favorite artists are, and ask them, do you actually teach art? Because a lot of them will say yes, you know. But most of the artists that I know tell you, and Jason Fabik gave it the most descript example of what to do. He says, first, love to draw. Two, draw the things that are not comic book related. All right, draw things like when I used to be in art school. Draw like a coat rack and the coats hanging from the rack. You know, draw that. Just sit down, look at a corner of a room, and say, you know what? Everything that's over there, I'm going to replicate that here on paper. Do that. Do all these crazy things. Don't just draw all these crazy. Excuse me. I just pulled a Ben Carson. I sneezed into my hand. That was dumb. But anyway, yeah. So, did you guys see that Ben Carson? He's actually a really great surgeon. Used to be a really great surgeon. Nowadays, I think he's just on Adderall or something. I don't know what it is, but this dude's straight up like he's just the sleepiest, dumbest freaking person out there, man. He kills me. The HOD guy. But what do you call it? So anyway, yeah, people, all the artists have been saying, just draw. If you want to go to an actual school, any college that will actually teach you landscaping or anatomy, something like drawing actual people and things like that, go to school and just learn that stuff because anybody can do that. But also draw on your own and just draw all the things that you love. As far as actual writing is concerned, most people that I've talked to say to just write. Literally, just write. Sit yourself down and force yourself. Say, I'm allotting myself a half an hour of time to write every single time. Paula's leaving. Love you, Paula. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. Sue Ann, you write comics. So Sue Ann is doing her own comic. Sue Ann, what's your advice for writing? Because most writers that I know, they all talk about, dude, you just have to write. Whether it's some people like to make fun of fan fiction. Listen, don't listen to nonsense people. You know, what have you here? When I was talking to Mitch, he mentioned Mitch Joel. He was talking about a Dwight D. Eisenhower quote. It's the ones in the arena, not the ones in the stands who know. So like if you're a gladiator or something like that, you're always going to hear the people in the stands talking about, oh, do this, do that, do that. But if you're a gladiator, they're not. They're not gladiators, so you ignore them. So there's a lot of times, even in the chat, I've got to ignore a bunch of things. I've got more than enough material now. I'm probably gonna do another one of those Professor Bill reads mean comments. Saying, Professor Bill reads the comments. I'm gonna do another one of those pretty soon. I just need to find the time to do it. And it's hard now since the whole family's home all the time, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah, they I get people in the comments all the time, you know, how come you don't do playlists like this? Well, you know, you could do the playlists. You could do that because I instead do it in the description. So you can see the next and the most recent video, you know, that I did for this particular comic book and the next appearance, anything like that in the story. I do a lot in the description, but you want it to be an easy, like, I don't want to scroll and click. I just want to click. Wow. Way to go, bruh. Way to go. I can't make my whole entire channel nothing but playlists. I only get but like so many. So my playlists are mostly all of my 10 things about, you know, my explained in a minute videos, all of my spotlight and story videos, and I do my comics by week. So all the comics that I review that came out in this particular week, that's what I put up. In the description, you can find out the next issue that comes out of that comic book, like Immortal Hulk, for instance, or the most recent one, you know, the previous issue that came out. You can click on it and go to those and go back and forth, whatever you want. Each video has those. I go out of my way to actually put those in there because I can't be making playlists for every single character that I do. I can't do that. That's just way too much to ask of any human being. I put out a lot of videos. If I was one of those, like there's the Banner Incredible Hulk channel, which basically just steals comic books offline and they put the whole entire comic book in, you know, in the thread. There's a bunch of, you know, comic book channels like that. I'm not here to rip anybody off. You know what I'm saying? If Marvel puts up a preview image, I take those preview images and I post those. I don't go above or beyond. I don't start, you know, clipping things from. I don't scan my own books and put them in. I just don't do that. I'm not interested in doing that. I only put what if Marvel or DC releases the preview pages for a book. Those are the pages that I post in my reviews. I don't do anything else besides that because that's just not who I am. But yeah. Okay, so Suen's advice. Read everything and yes, write. Do role play, write fan fiction, write alternative endings to your favorite books and soap operas. Boom, there you go. That's the way to do it. So yeah. So the thing I was saying about is the people in the arena, not the people in the stands. Don't listen to those people. Literally, don't listen to those people. I hear people all the time, and sometimes even good friends of mine will make suggestions and things like that. What do you call it? Every so often somebody will make some kind of a suggestion. You should do this with your channel. I just hit myself in the glasses. You should do this. You should do that. You should do all these things with your channel. I take it under advisement. Sometimes I do those things. Sometimes I'll try those things. Sometimes I'll test them out. Other times I'm just, did I really smudge them? I just smudged my glasses. It's not cool. I just got finished cleaning them right in front of you guys. Anyway, so every so often, yeah, I get those and it's like, you know, you can only give them but so much credence, you know? If I try, I want you to think about this. If you send me something like, hey, professor, you should do such and such for your channel. If I see the comment, I take it under advisement, meaning I think about it, you know, on my own. On my own, I will think about it. I'll consider what would happen if I were to do this. Sometimes I'll even do the thing, but a lot of times I won't even bother trying because you just gave me a cool suggestion. Well, at least in your mind, it's cool. And I look and I say, I've already tried that, or I tried something similar to that, or I just don't have the time, or I don't think it'll work, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. But think about how many people actually send me these requests, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or comment sections on here or emails, because I make my email available to everybody. Think about all, or people just seeing me on the street. I always get some kind of advice from so many different people. I can't even remember, God forbid, catalog all the different advices that I get from people to do this, that, or the other thing. Oh, Discord's another way. You know what I'm saying? Private messages through Discord. There's lots of different, you know, people often suggest things, and it's like, I can't possibly try everything. I can't try everything, and my entire channel would be a freaking mess. There'd be no consistency whatsoever with it. So if I see that you've got like, you know, something like you're one of those people where it's like, you know, holy crap, this guy's got like a ton, like he's one of those people who like gives advice all the time. He breaks down a, you know, a channel, or he breaks down a project and he'll, you know, do flow charts and things like that. Okay. And, you know, he's done like surveys and things like that, and responses. Okay. This guy knows what he's talking about. I'm going to listen to what this person has to say. At the very least going to pay more attention to it. Right. But yeah, like making, what do you call it? So, some people just come up with suggestions from like, dude, Even if I thought that was viable, there's no way. There's no way. So mind you, I'm not telling anybody stop giving me suggestions. That's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? By all means, I welcome your suggestions because you might come up with a suggestion that'll blow me away and be like, why did I never think of this before? But if you don't see the suggestion being used, please don't take it personally because you're not the only one who I didn't do anything with it. You know, like I get a crap ton of freaking suggestions. And yes, a CT is an official unit of measurement. So, who else leaving? Richard Lindsay's leaving. Okay. Yes. Also, stay safe. Don't panic. All that good stuff. I'll see you later, Richard. Take it easy. I'm about to bounce out of here pretty soon too, because I got to get ready for the podcast. Um, weren't you going to do your own comic at some point? Oh yeah, I was just talking about that before. But if I do my own like actual trying to make money off of a comic book, that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a big deal because I talking to a bunch of people, you know, a bunch of writers and artists also about it. They'll say like, listen, you've got this one really big, grand, you know, thematic, you know, thing that you want to do, right? Yeah, don't do it. Wait, what? Like, don't do it because the first thing that you do is going to suck. No matter what you do, it's not going to sell. It's not going to be this big deal, and your best work is always going to be behind you and the thing that nobody's paying attention to. So just do stuff to get your name out there and whatnot. And then when you do have the clout, and it may take 10 years, when you do have the clout, then revisit the story and see how much that story has changed in your mind. So, okay. And these are people, again, who've done this. Bang. So, yeah, that's the way I look at it. Uh, would you put into consideration spoiler live streams for a Batman along with the ones you do for the X-verse? I could do that, Core. That's not a bad idea. I was thinking about doing stuff like that anyway, and Batman would be a good universe to do that with. Only talk about the Batman stuff that's been coming out lately. Yeah, I could do that. So, Silver Surfer, you're hysterical, man. Because I'm a hoodlum Canadian. I'm from Jersey. Nobody likes people from Jersey. We're used to that, man. We got thick skins. But you're hysterical, dude. But this one right here, um, um, yeah, I could do something like that. I was thinking actually do something like that specifically for members, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I do get a lot of people looking at my Batman reviews, so cool. And then if I just did something like I'm already going to be doing my, mind you, nothing's going to change like as far as taking things away. When I actually do start doing things on the members section for YouTube, um, I'm not going to take anything away from anybody. So I'm still going to be reviewing um, Detective Comics. I'm still going to be doing regular reviews for Batman, but I'll also start bringing back because I had to stop reading them. The Batman and the Outsiders, and anything else that I read with Batman. I'll take all of those, and much like I do with the X-Men, I'll also do something for the members section in YouTube once I get a members section started. Um, so that it's just live or just nothing but live chat spoilers talking about Batman and things like that, and members will always be able to see it afterwards, and you'll be able to see older stuff from members also. I believe that'll be on the community tab. So yeah, but I'm still going to do the regular videos for members. Like case in point, I'm not going to take away my X-Men spoiler reviews for the X-Men, the Dawn of X stuff. I'm still going to do that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But if I do more spoiler chats, then they're going to go in the members section. So yeah, because it's something I can try and commit to. Hey, one step too far. What's up? Joycey. You know that Jersey, that Joycey comment, that's actually coming out of freaking Brooklyn. That's coming out of Brooklyn. Brooklyn, not Brooklyn. Brooklyn. All right. They're the ones who can't say Jersey, but they're the ones who are always talking about going to Joycey. Yeah, it's called New Jersey. That's coming from a Jerseyan. Gonna hit you. Where's my email posted? On the front of the YouTube page. The front of the YouTube page. It's right here though. Caveman's News at gmail.com. That's it. Boom. That's it. That's my email. That's the email that I use for here. So yeah, it's because he is Canadian that he's so awesome. Everybody knows that the real talent comes from Canada land. Right now, most of the talent is coming out of Canada land. So there's that. Um, You're a Jersey expat who's Canadian by the wedding ring. No rings. I don't like wearing rings. I don't like wearing jewelry. You guys might notice that. I don't have any tattoos, nothing like that. No tattoos, no tramp stamps, nothing like that. I do have a burn from when I was a kid. My mom was making iced tea from scratch and she put should I flex up? Anyway, she burnt so you can see some like burn marks on my arm from that. And I also have a dog bite wound. I think it's on my right side. Let me see. I can never remember. I can't even see it. I think it's over here. What the hell do I know? I think, yeah, he bit me over here. I was like 4 or 5. I was like 5 years old. It's on here somewhere. What the heck? How come I can't see it right now? What the frig, man? Got a dog bite. I can't see it. Like it's a part of my identity. Oh, I got black eye, practically black eyes from not sleeping. My glasses on me, so that's frustrating. Oh, I think that's it right there. Oh, you can't see because, yeah, the black there. Anyway, yeah, I got bit by a German Shepherd when I was like 5. Um, what do you call it? Yeah, I got 16 stitches all across my face. And that explains why I'm so fugly. But yeah, I cried for a while. My grandfather, my freaking full-blooded Sicilian grandfather's like, stop it, stop acting like a baby. I'm like, that's where a lot of my toughness came from. It's like, stop complaining. So yeah. Hey, Hunter Thompson, middle name's got to be S. Not saying spoiler live stream for everything you read. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I know what you're saying, Corey, and yeah, I think it's a good idea. No jewelry. The Mandarin stole a ring from him as a child, and he disliked it ever since. Okay, that was a good one, Underwood. That was a good one. I'll give you that. Um, you can act like a man. Slap. Silver Surfer's funny, but yeah, no, I don't wear any kind of jewelry or anything like that. Sometimes I would go into work back in the day with a Green Lantern ring. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that would be cool. But my fingers are fat. They don't look it, but like my fingers are freaking fat. Like compared to the size of my face. Boom! And they won't fit on my middle finger, so I'll have to put on my index finger. But for the most part, yeah, I don't wear, I've always been, a menial worker, saying manual labor for the most part until I got into engineering. And then even after I left engineering, I went back to mostly menial labor. So I don't want anything that can like catch in a machine or anything like that. Yeah. Boom, 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 and no tattoos because I don't know. I just didn't grow up in that tattoo kind of world, is what it is. Oh, that's from The Godfather. Nice. Yes, that's right. Knock it off. You can act like a man. Wow. Yeah, I don't watch those gangster movies too much because I actually had gangsters in my family, so not that big of a deal to me. Anyway, yeah, so that's an hour and a half. So, hey, and I'm at the bottom of the chat. I'm saying, hey, a bunch of people are leaving anyway because it's late, and they're all like, hey, so I'm gonna leave also. Probably have a little something else to eat. We'll contact Chillmonger. Chillmonger just moved into a new house. I was thinking about, I think he did, he should have, and I was thinking about actually going over there and doing the podcast live with him. That ain't happening while this coronavirus outbreak is happening, so nix that. But yeah, yeah, we're gonna go and we're gonna do the live. We're gonna do the podcast, and then that's gonna go up on the podcast channel. That's you can find that link in the description below also. And then probably on Tuesday morning, it'll go up here on Facebook. So you can just listen to it, you know what I'm saying, on actual, on the Buzzsprout app, or wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, iTunes, all that stuff. They all have it. So you can go and check it out there, or you can wait until it comes out here on Tuesday on this channel. Otherwise, yeah, like honestly, if you guys are staying home, what else do you have to do, right? So go listen to the podcast. Going to be a whole bunch of really good, fun stuff there. And I'll talk to all of you guys later. I'm leaving regardless, Sue-Ann. Love you, though. Go watch some Westworld and prep for the season. Oh, yeah, I only watched the first season of that. Crap. See, I'm getting suckered into this. I only watched the first season. I didn't watch anything else, and I'm leaving now. Love you guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.